On pole is Fangio, quick glance back, the grid is absolutely packed there. I look forward, waiting for the flag, the man in the distance on the right, but nothing. Turns out the star's on the left and I missed it completely, so another slow getaway and I've lost a few spots off the line. The Alpha's power kicks in, I recover straight to second in a flash. Now it's game on, chasing Ascari's Ferrari for the lead of the French Grand Prix. Closing in on Ascari now, and there's so much more speed, and I've got to slow it down, and barely managed to slow it down in time. The brakes are quite sluggish. Going to tuck in behind and then pass him on the exit. And what we've got to remember is I crashed out of this race last year when I had a comfortable lead because I got disorientated and thought I was on a different part of the track. I don't want to make that mistake again. This year, I want to get the win in Reims. That caution's led to Ascari coming back down the inside, but I'm not too worried. I know I'm quicker, and I retake the lead, and now I am free to pull away here in Reims, and it's just now avoiding mistakes and bringing it home. I'm starting to pull clear now, building a bit of breathing room between me and the chasing pack. The Alpha's power is going to really help me here on these straights, letting me stretch the lead. But as I'm approaching the next corner, I'm going to be cautious. I'm not pushing flat out. Sure, I can probably get through without braking heavily, but I remember last year's crash all too well, and although I'm not at that corner yet, I don't quite know when it's going to spring up on me. So no way I'm risking it this time. I want to keep it smooth, focus on finishing this race strong and taking the victory. Down the long straight now, the Alpha is absolutely flying, the engine's singing, but I'm keeping my head. This is the run towards that infamous crest. I know what's coming, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be ready for it this time. I'm going to thread my way carefully through this dreaded corner. No heroics, just relief. Only 2 more times to face it, then it's behind me for good. And now out onto the endless back straight, and despite all of the caution, I'm leading this one comfortably. I tapped the brakes quite hard over this crest, not really taking chances because I honestly, at this point, I could not recall what was next. But once I'm over the hill, I can see, clear as day, all the way ahead, and now I know where I am. I know I'm on that long back straight, and I can push with confidence for a while now. This straight just keeps going, nothing but road and revs. I'm quite comfortable in this car at the moment. The Alpha is loving this stretch, it's stable and fast. The wind tearing past the cockpit, and I'm really starting to settle down. You know, it's moments like this when you can really just relax and enjoy the experience of 1950s Formula 1 gameplay. Once again, I broke way too early for the corner. Honestly, I think I could have parked up, had a hot chocolate and biscuits, and still made it through that just fine. At this rate, I'm going to give the track marshals time to take some photos to take home and show their family. And when they return from home, I'll probably still be in the bloody corner. Back on the power now, stretching the Alpha's legs down yet another long Reims straight. Engines roaring, the car's feeling light and balanced and really in the groove now. And across the line into lap 2. There you go, a few stricken cars already out of the race on the left-hand side there. Reims is showing no mercy, and it's a reminder just keeping the car alive here is half the battle. Having to come off the throttle there to get past that tool, but again, like in Bremgarten, not getting very far. But in Bremgarten, I won the race and had no issues. So if it's going to be parallels to Bremgarten, then that is one that I am extremely happy to have. Feeling strong and good. Now into the right-hander, nice and smooth, and getting out of it again. And that's exactly how I would want to take a corner on the circuit. Now, accelerating again, and we are slowly approaching my nemesis corner. After I've got through it successfully this time, there'll only be one more time to go. So, happy days. And look at that gap I have in the lead now, all alone out here. I might as well start practicing my victory wave. A bit like Mansell in Canada in 91, I hope not. Back in the 50s, pit crews sometimes forgot to put wheels back on cars. At this rate, I might be giving them ideas. And honestly, with how early I'm braking, I'm doing my best impression of a cautious grandma on a Sunday drive. Maybe I'm winning because I'm scared to go fast. Over the crest now, heart pounding a bit. Here comes that dreaded right-hander again. Eyes locked, hoping to get through clean and keep this lead intact. It's not like I need to push. Right, corner's done, clean and safe. Now down this long straight and running up, but there's something in the distance ahead, and I think that's 1, 2, 3 slow Talbots trying to play traffic cop here. Honestly, I'm half convinced that they're on a Sunday drive while I'm trying to race. Got to weave through carefully. I don't want to upset the vintage parade here. The funny thing about Talbots, back then they were the underdogs to Formula 1, often lumbering around like Grandpa's old car. But today, they're just perfect obstacles for me to show off a little patience and some cheeky overtakes. Nothing like a bit of slow-moving traffic to keep things interesting. And here I am braking too early again. I think I'm doing my best Talbot impression here. Slow and steady, maybe a bit too steady. I mean, if I wanted to match their pace, I should have started at the back of the grid with them. That would have certainly made the race a lot more interesting, I'm sure. And now as we stretch out on this endless straight, it's a good moment to tip the hat to Reims, one of the classic beasts of early Formula 1. It's fast, unforgiving and legendary for testing both the car and the driver. Back in the day, it was a place where bravery met speed head-on. Long straights like this made engine power king, but the slightest mistake could send you off into the weeds. It's a circuit that demands respect, and lucky for me, today it's mostly patience. Let's see if I can keep it together now, all the way to the flag. I've only got to take my nemesis corner one more time and negotiate the rest of the lap, and I am there to win in Reims, a win that was denied to me by my own hand last year. Let's see if I can take it this time. Definitely got that confidence up now. We're on the final lap, approaching the tight right-hander. I feel steady, the eyes are sharp. This time I'm on the edge, the tyres screeching slightly as I power out cleanly. Now full throttle up the next straight, ready to keep the pace. Being a little bit cautious into the next turn because, again, I'm trying to balance my desire to race with my desire to win the race. Just cruising now, quite aware that my nemesis corner is ahead, but feeling quite relaxed. It's been a race of balance so far, pushing just enough but keeping the mistakes at bay. The start was messy, but that is a long, long way behind me now. I've learnt my lessons from last year, and now we're closing in. And there's the engine note dropping, and oh no, it's gone! It's gone, I don't believe it! Again! That is 3 failures in 4 races, in the last 4 races, all while leading. 2 retirements, 1 last time out I managed to limp across the line, but just to twist the knife in a little deeper, it's happening as we approach that corner, the corner that ended my race last year, the corner I swore I'd conquer, but this time I did everything right and it still wasn't enough. It's not my mistake this time, but I've been robbed of a win at Reims once again. Marimon wins from Gonzalez, Ascari, Parnell and Shell. Like and subscribe and thank you for watching.